Welcome to another episode of The Epic Family Road Trip.
In this week's episode of the Epic Family Road Trip, we continue our adventures on the Padre Islands in beautiful South Texas.
So after the big storm last night, the beach looks completely different. We were driving down there, and this is actually low tide, so it looks like it did when it was high tide yesterday. So yeah, the waves are pushing, or the wind is pushing big waves in. That whole area we were just driving along at a pretty good clip yesterday is all full of ruts and washouts. So it's crazy what some wind and waves will do to change the look of the place. So we're driving now right beside the dunes, so we'll get in as far as we can.
That's the man of war right there, right behind you.
That is, okay. There's these cool jellyfish things, which is actually a cluster of animals called a man-o-war. It's this blue jellyfish. These mackerel, tiny fish, live in its tentacles. They're called man-o-war mackerel.
And then the jellyfish itself, the gas pocket that they have is used to catch the wind, and that's what propels them across the ocean.
They sting?
That's so cool.
Yeah. Super, super cool looking. It's really cool to go to a place and see it kind of how it is all the time, like the standard weather and climate and what the area will look like, and then come back when they have something like tons of wind out on the ocean after a big storm, and the water level, like right now we would normally be driving way out on the beach. This is low tide, and it's about as high as normal high tide would be, and the waves have doubled or tripled in size, as well as the amount of waves that are out there. So it's just kind of really cool to see the landscape shift and how the feel of the whole beach changes just from something like that. Having the time of his life, eh?
That's the fastest dog.
We could turn around at the end of a wave, like up ahead there.
The waves are coming in so far now, we're gonna just turn around and find a spot back there. And we're gonna try to do it without getting stuck. So we're gonna have to let the waves come in and then withdraw, spin it around and go.
As you can imagine, as soon as we got back to the mainland, we stopped at the nearest car wash to do a thorough cleanup and remove all the sand and salt from our Jeeps.
This looks like a good spot. We're gonna do the same thing we did the other night, dig holes for the wheels so we can try to get them pretty level. There's no rocks or anything to use as levelers, so. And then we'll set up the tents and let everything dry out because it got soaked the other night.
Okay, so right now we're just simulating getting stuck on a beach in some sand. As you can see, our tire is pretty well dug into the sand, and we're going to be using a product called the Deadman. It's a recovery gear, and what it's used for is when you can't winch anywhere, especially on a beach, there's no trees or big rocks or even big logs to winch to. This thing uses the sand to pull you out, and we'll be demonstrating it right now.
Alright, so we're going to take this up to the front and dig a hole and bury it, and then you just winch. Put your winch onto these and pull yourself out. Let's give it a try. Let's go dig a hole. Yeah. Got it. So they say the best time to practice is when you don't need it. The best time to fix your roof is when it's not raining. And so we're just playing around here with the Deadman, practicing. We simulated getting stuck and then buried the Deadman, hooked up to it with the winch. We got a beautiful Warren winch here and yanked it out. So it works great. We learned a lot, and so I think we're better prepared for, who knows, someday if the tide's coming in, we're stuck on a beach, this thing's gonna come in handy. That's it. Simple device, but it works great. Windy night here, the absolutely gorgeous sun setting over there in the distance. It's just so awesome to watch. It looks bigger in real life than it does on camera, but we're here on Padre Island all by ourselves. That's the way to shoot a deer. Around here.
I'm trying to dry out the kids' blankets and sheets before they go to bed. Just kind of warm up the whole room or the tent, because we have had days of rain. So hopefully this helps. I love this little unit, Mr. Heater Buddy.
Good morning, February 22nd. Big day today. We're heading to South Padre. Now apparently, I think you used to be able to drive all the way across the beach to get there, but now you've got to go north and then take side roads down. It's about 2 hours drive, 2.5. We're gonna head down there, and we're joining in on a beach cleanup this morning. Pull up some of this plastic with I don't know how many, maybe 100 other volunteers. So that's gonna be fun. We're looking forward to that. But man, check it out. We fell asleep to the most gorgeous sunset, and we're rising to a beautiful sunrise on Padre Island, Texas. I keep glancing over there because you probably won't be able to see it, but up there two beautiful deer. Probably, it looks like the buck that we saw last night. So this is just a spectacular area, Padre Island. The world's longest undeveloped seashore. Back in 1968, Lyndon B. Johnson's wife, Lady Bird Johnson, I think, dedicated this area a year before I was born as a national seashore protected area. It's almost like a national park. It's just that strip of land that is a barrier to mainland Texas along the Gulf of Mexico. So if you ever get a chance to get down here, you got a 4-wheel drive and a tent, you can get down and camp in some of the most amazing places. We haven't been here in the summer when it's warm. I bet you it's busier, but it must be just incredible with the hot weather and the ocean right there. But any time of year, this is going to be a beautiful place to visit.
like a double Jeep duo there, huh? Oh boy, now. What's up, dude? Chase. How you doing? Hi. Where are you? Making your old town? Where are you guys?
Hey guys, I'm with Chase Gentry from Adventure Overland.
What's up, guys?
He's done something really cool today. We came down here to South Padre. As you know, we were up on North Padre, and they're doing a big cleanup. Tell us what happened.
A big cleanup. We got approached a couple weeks ago. You know, we're from the Valley, or South Texas, and we, you know, this is my backyard basically. So we were asked to help clean up our beach. This is a very, you know, really neat piece of real estate that is a privilege for everyone to use, and unfortunately, not everyone treats it as so. So it gets disrespected very quickly. So, you know, they organized a big cleanup. We came out, we got as many people as we could, and we picked up as much trash as we could in a, you know, a very short period of time. You know, it would take weeks to essentially totally clean this place up, but hey, we did something the right way.
You got to do it. You got to do.
Exactly.
You got to work with what you have.
Yeah.
It is a shame that people leave trash behind.
It's terrible.
It's quite hard to believe. You're in such a pristine
it's so
piece
beautiful.
of coastal property that just is unbelievable. So if you ever go camping, don't leave stuff behind. Instead, pick things up. Pick 5-10 pieces of trash every time you stop somewhere, and eventually we'll clean up this mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate what you guys did.
Not a problem, man. Thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's super cool meeting you guys. And
likewise.
Again, all you internet people out there, you know, challenge yourself to clean up around your campsite when you go out and, you know, have some fun off grid. So, yeah.
I agree. Everyone does a little bit, and together we do a lot.
Exactly.
And in the meantime, we'll see you down the road.